I can talk, yes. Is everybody else like kind of hear me or?
Yeah. Hi.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, Larvae.
Hello. Kind of an awkward start, but still a start, I would say. Um.
Nothing
Yep.
like Larvae to make an awkward start even more awkward. I love you, Larvae. Uh, so now we do have a bingo match to commentate, right?
Yeah. This is why we're here, after all. I think, at
Oh,
least.
I thought I was here for the oatmeal. I'm sorry. I'll leave.
Oh.
No, okay. So we're playing RSW Control, which is a new format. It just means that you have to go to Sweden to play. So Mason right now is playing from Malmo. That is hype.
Yeah. The other rule is that you have to restrain Ramato. No, restrain Rasmus. You can only play the game being tied up to his chair.
Okay, I feel like that leaves a lot of room for interpretation because you can just tie him to to the chair with like everything else free, right? Or you can literally straight up like tie him to the chair like he's being kidnapped. In which case, he's not
Yeah.
going to be able to play very well. So that leaves a lot of room for interpretation. I feel like that's not a great rule set, honestly.
Yeah, but Rasmus has been doing well. He has gained a lot of elo points. I think he's 6 in the stat
A lot of what, Larfy? Sorry, what kind of points?
elo. I
They're called swag points, Larfy, for the last time. Okay.
wait, this is the first time I actually.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. Then let it be the first and last time that you hear it. It's the swag
okay.
points.
Yeah. But like Rasmus is currently in 5th place. Mason is like in, I think, 9th. So he really needs to win to get to the Division 1 bracket. So huge game for Mason. For Rasmus, I don't think too much. It determines a bit of seeding, I assume, but
Yes, I think
I
he
don't.
can overtake Jeff or stay ahead of Braga. Regardless, it is not the. I mean, I think Rasmus is already kind of happy with his situation and season so far. He's shown a lot of skill and improvement over the last season, so he's been vibing.
Yeah, he's definitely been vibing. Last week had the triangular matchup with Peaches and Despin. He went 1-1, but and still had like a close game in against Despin where he lost. So he comes from like a decent weekend, but Mason, like last week, had 2 tough losses that are both pretty close, and I think he kind of wants maybe a bit better of a weekend, maybe get actually a win. That would be very nice for him.
Okay, so the thing with Mason, right, is from our, well, at least my point of view, right? Mason has always been this kind of player that's always been on the cusp of being good enough for Division 1, right? He's always been thereabouts, but for some reason or another, he's always stumbled at the very end. You know, like at the very end of the playoffs race in the first year, he stumbled. They got from like 4-0 to 4-3 or 3-1 to 4-3, I think, at the end. Uh, Last year, how did that go last year? Because I don't have that much of a recollection of it. So what happened with Mason last year, Larvey?
In season 2, I think I think he was in the finals against Peaches, but Peaches was kind of a really big force in Division 2 last season, and like I think he only dropped like 2 games overall. Like he went 11-0 in the regular season. In playoffs, he lost 1 game against Rasmus and 1 game to Mason, and Mason was unfortunately not able to stretch it out in the finals. But I think both of them would have been promoted to Division 1 if the format didn't change.
Yeah, and so you have like failing to make the promotion, and then you have the getting to the finals but losing in the finals. So I think Mason wants to prove, and honestly, by this point, kind of deserves some love and appreciation and get into the Div 1 bracket and be like, all right, I finally made it. I am no
Mm,
more the bridesmaid, but this time I made it, right? So I
yeah.
think it would be kind of a feel good story if Mason was able to clinch Division 1. Um,
Yeah, but I don't think it like entirely depends on him because I think Peaches still has games uh in for this weekend and okay he just doesn't. Peaches is I think Peaches' position depends solely on if Mason wins or not. Maybe I'm just uh talking nonsense here, but I think um most of Division 1 probably might be claimed. Despin is like only a little bit ahead of Peaches and Mason, so if Mason wins and Despin loses, then
wait, Division 1 is 8 people, right?
8 people, yep.
So up to like from Bry Guy upwards is safe. Obviously, it includes Rasmus. So there's 2 spots left, and judging by the look of things, Mason is the only one that can reasonably mount a proper challenge to Despin and Peaches, unless you see a major collapse. At least that's my view of the situation. Obviously, PK could just pull something out of the cylinder, or Linky could, but the thing is,
Pika had his shot already this week, and unfortunately, it was the worst invasion card I've seen in a long time.
yes.
So that unfortunately didn't go quite right. But I think we kind of have talked enough about the standings. As far as I know, like Despin could have scheduled for 0 matches this week, but they wanted to play one more match, and then he risked his spot this week in Division 1. So I think
Okay. So some of you might call this a small brain move. I call it a big balls move. All right.
yeah,
It's
that's the
just
chat move.
it's the Chad move exactly. So obviously it only becomes a Chad move if you actually win that match, right?
Mm.
Clearly. But in principle, I love the spirit of the thing. Okay, also we should probably talk about the card because we have like 1.5 minutes left.
Yeah, I glanced at the card a few times. There are a few rows that are looking pretty decent. I think row 2 and row 3 kind of have some Rico incentive, but like row 2 has red coins. Row 5 is like turbo nars, it's 40 totals, 200 harmless. And because these 3 rows work with like bit Bianco, maybe bit a bunch of Rico and blues, we will see a lot of the players contest each other in those 3 rows. And as for row 1 and row 4, like row 1 is also very like standard Bianco Rico start, maybe 5 links and yellow button just as pinner. And
Yeah, row 1 is interesting in my opinion because it can be approached in a variety of ways. All the goals are very flexible.
mm,
So I think that row 1 will be where we play like a contested row for sure.
mm,
Because you cannot just go and secure it, right? It's very likely we're going to contest that. No, the row I see as the most likely to be secured easily is row 3, quite frankly.
yeah, row 3 has kind of a very like linear path of like you rush hidden Rico, and then like if you win the Pheno Shines, you kind of win 12 and Noki.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that row is kind of a big Rico pin Noki energy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But then,
So
but it's like, how do you win this? It's kind of like row 2, I guess, has some possibilities, but that's like not that realistic. Like in real control, it's kind of been the case where like one play just doesn't really work anymore because it just lacks a few goals and a few key row positions.
yeah, and then you either get creative or get wrecked.
Yeah. Uh,
So we can say that I mean the game has started in the meantime, and both players have opened with Bianco. right? Nothing too surprising so far. It is generally the safer call, which, okay, there is some Bianco value on this card because it's Bianco, duh. But no Rico Rush. I mean, Rasmus as Don't Blunderbell, so we might see something on those on that line, I guess. Whereas Mason seems to be invested in going to Bianco at least.
Yeah, I think it's kind of not that clear what is a better start, because I think both Rico and Bianco have its value. Bianco is kind of doesn't give as much value, but like if you want, you can like do boss rematch with blues. That's like an option. You don't do Delfino shines, which kind of and Delfino shines kind of hinder level shine progress a little bit, and that's kind of
Okay,
awkward.
Rasmus is definitely going for Rico here then.
Could
See, the
consider it.
thing with Bianco is that it might be slower, all right, but it's the first level you can access properly, so it does allow you to put your foot in the door earlier than any other stage, right? And that has to count for something. Sometimes it's not a good call because Bianco is slow, but sometimes, you know, boss rematch, yeah, if you want to go to PD5, you can to PD5, you can do that. Not that this is a good idea here, in my opinion, but it does count for something. You can start working on things immediately, and sometimes that works out. Whereas Rico and other stages you have to rush, obviously, which it's not that long. It does not take away that much time, but it does take away some time, clearly. Also, I need to tell Mason to fix the de-interlacing because my eyes.
Yeah, it's probably not the most pleasant thing to look at, but we've seen
We've
much
seen
worse.
way worse. Don't worry. It's
Yeah.
it's just me being nitpicking here.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but one thing why the Bianco start would work is because, as like we mentioned, Rico, Penna, Noki, this is a decent play, but I don't think it has enough. Like it doesn't. It's just not a play that has enough. And then like when there's no clear play that you have to counter, then you can just kind of have stop in Bianco.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, you know, when in strategy games you have that kind of triangle of like weapons, right? So it's like cavalry beats normal infantry beats anti-cavalry beats cavalry levels. But it's you're in that kind of situation, right? You can counterplay every kind of play on this card, at least to what I can see, and it would work out. There's no, all right, I have to do this or I lose kind of situation.
Yeah.
Which is good. I like those cards.
Yeah, one interesting thing also to think about, like, what does a Rico rush yield? It's like a hidden Rico, and then it's like boss rematch, but Bianco boss rematch is technically faster, and like you get this earlier.
I guess you can make an argument it's easier to get to free blue trade shines with Rico because faster blues.
But
More level
then
shines,
yes, but like
but it's not direct payout. I understand what
yeah,
you're feeling there.
it's kind of like it's nothing immediate either. So like you can, like, when you lose Hidden Enrico as Mason, if you win boss rematch, you're still chilling because you still have the Delfino Shines Noki blues play that you can do. Level Shines is still like you can go to Rico a bit later. You don't need to, like, you have already one level shine. It's like tied in level shines right now.
Yeah, honestly, right now this start looks very run of the mill for both players. As in, Mason is doing sees the free red coin shines. I think Mason is eyeing a Bianco 2 free for free reds going into Gelato. Gelato 1 red. Both the reds solverless. You know the deal. Right? You know the deal, you know the drill. I think that's what he's aiming for, at least as a proto plan when he made this route. Rasmus is a bit harder to read, as you mentioned. Like there's the Rico Hidden Shine, but I think it's mostly setup. I think this card, we can agree that this card has a lot of shine count value or a lot of late game goals in general. So I think Rasmus is playing the long game here. He is just eyeing late game stuff more with this kind of setup because obviously Rico being faster.
I didn't really think of the free reds with 200 Hobblets play for Mason. I'm still kind of stuck with like there are two kind of plays you can do, I guess. That's like Rico or like Bianco. And if you go for like boss rematch with like one turbo nozzle unlock, that's like kind of convenient with blue coins. That can kind of counteract the Rico start a bit.
Yeah,
Uh,
I can see that, but I think it's not
mm,
wise, obviously, to go for the boss rematch immediately unless you see a Rico hidden click, right? Because that's kind of the giveaway that you need to do the boss rematch. But so far, Mason can just delay that boss rematch until he sees like that Rico hidden click. Honestly, how much longer is Bianco 5 than obviously, is it like Rico 5 plus Rico 4?
Yeah, I think Rico 4 plus Rico 5 is technically faster than Bianca 5, especially because in Bianca 5 you want blue coins on the way as well. Like then without the blue coins, PD2 makes not that much sense, I think.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's a very big time investment. What it does give you here on this card is gets you closer to the episode 8 shine, which will come into play at some point. Oh, Mason takes a pretty significant time loss here.
Yeah. But
Not ideal.
I actually didn't know that. Like, I didn't think of this backup. A common backup is like ledge grabbing uh, onto the.
The
I don't
windmill.
even know what it's called. Yeah, I guess the windmill.
I mean, it is a mill and it turns around with wind, so.
That's fair. Ledge grabbing on the windmill and then, but like you can just get to the rope immediately. Yeah, that's a fair thing. Rasmus is not doing the hidden quite yet. I think this is maybe way. Oh, it's probably just Rico for hidden hoverless. That's
That also works. And Mason is going into the PD fight immediately. Maybe countering this Rico 4 hoverless, because then obviously, if you did what I said, you would lose the rematch, right? Which I'm not sure the rematch is that important. Um, in this situation, at least,
mm-hmm.
I don't see it being super important.
Yeah.
Because you
It's
still get a lot of value out of the gelato, like twin reds hoverless, free reds play.
mhm. Mason did Bianca 4 into Bianca 5. Fury Red's Lava because of the NPCs. Uh, and he has been collecting links, so there's like row 1 in his game plan, but it's not too clear what it quite is. But when you get 5 NPCs, 5 links, then it's kind of difficult for Rasmus to defend, like getting to Pinner, getting 3 rockets, getting 1 episode 8 shine. Like that's kind of a role for Rasmus that's like very disincentivized, and if you get 5 links, 5 NPCs, you kind of more or less guarantee yourself that role. And then it's like, yeah, you kind of have to play. You have to win 2 out of 4 rows of the remaining rows, and that's
Oh, Mason, that's unfortunate. Mason got a limp, I think,
how.
and that is not ideal.
No, did he switch nozzles or like was he too like?
No. It was a rocket that it was exactly like a limp. So I'm not sure if why that happened, but
No,
it did happen.
yeah, but like there's no. Did he just hit his head and he was like further, like he was closer to the star than we thought, just by the perspective?
Could have been.
But like if he didn't hit his head, then there's like no way, like how that there's like then Mason just got robbed.
Rasmus here taking it very safe. Makes sense.
Hmm.
Now, that death could cost Mason two hidden red Soverless. Um,
He's still
which
ahead.
I have to say a thing about. I mean, yeah, obviously it's still ahead, but maybe some gameplay mistakes can happen to everybody. At least it's in contention now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was thinking that as a player, Mason is very similar to me, as in when it comes to routing and when it comes to what he likes and doesn't like. That's why he's never been a good matchup with me, because it's basically me. Just I think with a smidge less solid routing, but way better speed. So obviously he just claps me and thinks like me. Whereas Rasmus is much more of a kind of different player, I feel. Rasmus prioritizes a lot of goal rushes sometimes. You know, it just goes for certain goals very hard with not that much setup. And sometimes it can pay off. Sometimes you can risk making mistakes, because obviously if the game plan doesn't materialize, right, you can fall off. But I can understand what's Mason's plan here, but Rasmus is a bit still obscure. I think he's just kind of, all right, we'll see how this goes in a way, if you know what I mean. Not that it is just YOLOing stuff, but he's just thinking, well, I'll start Rico and then I'll see what's available, you know, after the Rico hidden.
Mm.
Rasmus does have the speed delta, right, on Mason, just by a tiny bit.
I mean, if they're not equal speed, then there is always a speed delta. Depends on.
Yeah, what I mean by Rasmus has it, I mean that Rasmus is slightly faster.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Rasmus has been doing a lot of any percent, and also did, I think, more practice in general than Mason. Mason, is a busy man. And is currently delaying free red coin shines, which is probably not the safest thing, especially because we know that Rasmus could have just done tall grass or like lily pad. Yeah, that's like the only reds available for him right now to get him to 3 red coin shines.
Rasmus is delaying a rematch, which...
Yeah, or Rico 6 is right up now as well.
Okay, I like what Rasmus is doing here. It is risky, but if it works out, it's a very big hit for Mason, right? Because if he gets the free reds, clicks rematch, as Mason is doing PD, that is pretty bad.
Yeah, it's still also like you have a turbo nozzle unlock open right after this as well when you're Erasmus. You have like one VAT turbo nozzle as well. So 2 turbos is not that much of a concern.
Episode 8 Shine available.
Shine. Yeah, like nothing that will win you the game, but it's still fine. Mason is still delaying 3 red coins. Probably expects Rasmus to not go for a Delfino red, but Rasmus is.
But Rasmus just got it, and
Yeah.
Mason... I don't know, I think like delaying at the start, unless you have a really good plan, is not the best of the moves, right? Now, if you're Mason, you have to think, what are those 3 reds? And there is a possibility that one of them is Rico 6 reds, so you have to... You have to be scared for this.
Yeah, like
right?
you see the time in the Rico hidden. You think like you make two. You have 2 options of like what it probably is: Rico 4 reds or Bianco into Rico hidden, and then maybe delaying 3 red coins for longer would like makes much more sense if he thinks it's Bianco into Rico instead of Rico 4 reds, because as we saw from Rasmus's Rico rush, it can be done with Pachinko. It's not that slow for Shine. And then like Rico 4
If you
reds.
know what to do Pachinko properly, that is. But
Yeah, that's true.
I think we have a swag point total of like 460, but between the 2 players, I think we are at a decent level here. Both players know how to do Pachinko properly, at least properly fast without making too many mistakes.
Yeah, sometimes mistakes happen, of course, but
Yeah. Most of the time, no.
yeah, we can expect not mistakes to not happen. Rasmus is ignoring Gelato, meaning he also ignores 2 Hinrits hoverless, which is
Interesting. Probably thinks that that's what Mason's going for, because at this point I'm like, but then he would have clicked 3 reds. So I don't know. Maybe he thinks Pinna is more important, which I did mention that in my opinion this card is very full of late game stuff. So yeah, sure, I can understand this. It fits the planning for later idea.
yeah.
Mason Okay, finally clicks rematch. I
Yeah.
think Rasmus is hitting himself a bit for that, and Mason's hitting himself for the free reds, so we're even.
Yeah, but like the nature of the clicks are a bit different. Rasmus has, I think, 7 level shines already. Mason has 4.
Yeah.
No, 5. 5.
No, he has Bianco 2 free reds, 4, 5.
Yeah, 5 level shines. Rasmus has everything already open, so everything unlocked. He now realizes, oh, I should get a turbo nozzle in a Swedish accent.
In a Swedish accent, because obviously when he's thinking in a Swedish accent.
I think I'm pretty sure he thinks in Swedish. He's the person who would think in Swedish. Probably because he's Swedish and it's his native
Okay,
language.
Larvi, do you think in German or do you think in English?
I think in both. Like, it
Yeah,
depends.
same. I mean, not same with German, but I don't know how to speak German, but I know how to think in German. Let's go.
Yeah, I think it depends on like what I'm thinking about. Like that's either
I'm not
it's
sure Rasmus is very used to doing this with the turbo nozzle, but I think he can manage.
yeah, you can just use the series. It's totally fine.
Does not use the turbo nozzle in the sewer.
Would it be better?
You cannot bonk, so
You can bong when you like hit the wall that's like right in front of you.
I guess, but still, come on, just use. It's like having the turbo nozzle, not using it to flex a bit is sad. Okay, I mean Rasmus manages to make it, gets the link. What's the link situation? Rasmus has to have only Rickle, right?
But he has a
And
lot more
Delfino,
open.
maybe, or does he have?
Mason, he does he have the female? He doesn't have the female.
I mean, he is quickly remedying that, putting
Yeah,
a
yeah,
fix.
and even though like Mason went for links, even went for links in Bianca 4 and the Fino early, and like, Vasus is going to get 5 links, and that will make Mason probably a bit sad. He's going to Rico now, but except for blue coins, there's like not a lot of value. Still, blue coins are good amount of value for him anyway. Like 40 tolls, 3 blue trades are pretty low. And 60 tolls is also like, it's literally the lowest amount of blue coins that you can get with these.
Right. So one thing that I wanted to mention here, it's more about Rasmus and the fact that right now is looking in a pretty good position early on in this game, and I think an aspect of Rasmus that's always been kind of underrated is the fact that he is, I think, a much better router than people give him credit for. He is extremely good at finding the optimal opening and then running away with the game just because he's so much ahead. At least most of the time when you see Rasmus winning, that's generally the pattern that occurs, right? There's not a lot of come from behind victories, right? So maybe it's not necessarily call making, but when it comes to routing, I think Rasmus has been pretty solid and improved overall in the past seasons quite a bit.
Yeah,
Not sure if you
like
shared his opinion.
the routing thing, like routing advantage that Rasmus had over I think anyone else was that like Rasmus is like stupid enough to still like contest you to goals when he technically shouldn't have.
But is that stupid if it works out?
Um, it depends. It depends. At one point, it just it becomes stupid. But like once you kind of recognize the pattern, you kind of know. And Rasmus has stopped doing this really weird stuff sometimes, and now has become more cleaner, more like traditional, and probably has a pretty healthy balance now. He obviously it's not perfect, but like nobody's routing is perfect. So Erasmus's routing has just been like more whole with like stupid and solid ideas.
I mean, it is that like there's a fine line between genius and madness, right? So you have to toe that line. So sometimes maybe it dialed down the madness enough that it's sometimes unexpected, so it comes out and it works out, right? But what I feel is it's been very efficient, as in like as a player, very efficient in dissecting a card
Mm.
and running away with a 4-2, 5-2 early game lead. That's kind of hard to come back from most of the time, especially because it's not like he's giving up setup for that, right? That's I guess the quality that I wanted to mention. He is getting all these goals early on, still setting up, right? So he's able to synergize very well early on. And I think that's one of his most dangerous traits because here, I mean, Mason here is definitely on the back foot, I would say.
Mm. Mm.
And the Rika opening was an extremely good counter to the Bianca opening, and due to the way Mason approached things, Rasmus could have gone and gotten two in the red Solverless if he wanted to.
I just think that Mason misread the Rico hidden as Rico 2 hidden with like Bianco before. And because to be fair, Rasmus shouldn't have got 3 red coin shines with the
But
play he did. He
yeah,
still did, but like that doesn't mean that's like supposed to happen.
no,
Uh
that is absolutely fair, and I
yeah, but
can tell you that there is a bit of a pattern in Rasmus that he loves that Rico 4 hidden, right?
mm,
He's done that a lot of times before. So if you're playing Rasmus for a very important match, that's an important bit of research that you should do that. Like you should maybe scout a bit in that sense, not like obsess over it, but you know that if there's a Rico hidden, that's probably Rico 4.
yeah. That's a really good 2 lives penalty from Rasmus. Definitely practice that one. I'm not even joking.
Hey, listen,
Uh,
if Larvi gives a compliment, that's some serious shit.
Yeah, I never tried that G-Dolly it seems a bit intimidating.
A bit imitating. Would it be who is he imitating?
Lombardi likes to do this in like just regular runs. Like when he does Pillar 2, he's always going for that GWKD.
All
See,
right.
that's the correct. Um,
Okay. So there's a bit. So we know a player can sue Rasmus for plagiarism, but I don't think Rasmus cares at the moment.
I
Um,
don't I don't think I don't think like in speedrunning plagiarism is
oh,
really
speedrunning is
difficult.
basically plagiarism legalized. So,
Yeah, true.
uh, what if plagiarism was a positive thing in the world? That's speedrunning.
I'm like people just going like protecting their strats with like patents and everything.
Yeah, it's just like you cannot share the videos of the world records. You just have to trust me that it happened. or you can copyright people so they have to pay you every time they use a particular strat.
Dang, like just imagine how rich Diddy would be.
I mean, I do have a strat that I kind of created in SMG, so I could get some royalties there. Not that much, but it is there, you know. So
Mm.
and since it is a backup for the worst like skip in the game, like it's kind of random. I could definitely get some sweet royalties there. Is there anything named after you in SMS, Barbie?
I don't think so. I if something is named after me, then it's something negative. I'm pretty sure.
Oof. I mean, I guess that there is the Larvae strat for invasion, which is just ignore every single goal and just set up for 20 minutes.
I just like I'm known to choke gameplay in bingo, so I don't want to raise someone at the race start in invasion, and because like if you raise a goal and then you kind of lose it, then you're much worse if you just set up.
I can respect the fact that if you know you're prone to choking or you're prone to nerves, you don't want to race, and that's part. Like you account for that, right? It makes sense.
Yeah,
So
like
it's okay.
the first like 15 minutes is probably the most difficult, like because you don't know what your opponent is going to do. Like how you like if you have your strength of like kind of making better mid-game decisions or like
Unless
catch
you
ones.
are, unless you are a psychologist demigod, which is able to read people's minds or whatever. Okay, Rasmus here is doing a very scuffed pin at 2 reds.
Yeah, it's harmless because that goal is still on the board because Mason kind of had that weird limp rocket for no reason, and Bianco Fields probably abandoned his 3 reds play and then like didn't have the time to do it to hidden reds harmless anymore. So Rasmus can just do the shine and live happily on, but
I'm not sure this is how a happily ever after ending goes, honestly.
yeah, I think yeah.
And I think Mason could now be entering pin at 2 reds soon. So I mean, Rasmus kind of needs to get a grip.
There could also be the chance that Mason dies during this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Harvest is not the easiest of them all. Harvest, unless unless you're like a top runner, like the
Or you practice it like for 8.5 billion
yeah
years.
yeah. But like if you're a top runner and you know how to do the like fast pinner 2 reds, then you can just apply this very easily onto
Yeah,
hoverless.
fast pin at 2 reds is kind of exactly like coverless, right?
Yeah, there's like one. Oh yeah, talking about Dev's Mason.
Mason
Still
takes a
might
noof.
want to.
Mason takes the oof. Mason sees to hit a red coverless click, and now he's set.
Yeah, he wants to finish the shine out for 6 red coin shines because I think that's still something he cares about. He can do it with hover now, so he hopefully won't die a second time. That being said, I think two levels, 12 level shines as well.
Okay. Doesn't Rasmus kind of have it already? Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm trying to remember. Like it's 4 plus 7.
Okay. The thing is, Rasmus has already done Pinna free, so Rasmus already has a win con.
Yeah.
And that is Pinna hundreds, Pinna 5 from the back for Kuwait. That's the game. Or 5 NPC blues. I mean, I'm not sure where we get the 5 NPC blues, but you know that's the end game, right?
Yeah, Rasmus can just do like Rico 8 for an episode 8 shine. I guess pinner 5 and pinner hundreds, but Mason can still counter with like a pinner 200s and then hopefully winning 6 reds for him.
I mean, Mason is not seeing those. Mason is doing
Yeah.
Pinna free. So if you're Rasmus and you're able to secure Pinna hundreds, then and Pinna 5, then it's GG.
Yeah,
right?
he probably knows that Rasmus has been pinner just based on the 5 links, pick and then 10 yellow button coins.
Yeah, this is the right moment where you cut your losses and go to Pinna and do Pinna 200s, right? This would be the perfect moment to just make that call.
Yeah, but like pinner hundreds and 6 reds was kind of a 50-50, and Rasmus is picking the
that's fair.
for him. So technically, pinner 5 from the back is still in danger. But even then,
Okay, Rasmus is doing red, like tall grass. What for? I mean, okay, 6 reds.
6 reds. That secures him the row because he has had 3, and then he got 2 in pinner. Now tall grass. The kind of only issue is that pinner 5 is not it's maybe like you can consider it a more contested goal. But even then, Rasmus has better like 2 turbos access. I think he is ahead in shine count. He has like Yoshi for both bells, 18 lives. Mason is just following Rasmus into 6 reds, which is very sad for Mason. And now like losing 3 red coin shines makes it even more bitter for Mason. But like on the other hand,
Rasmus decides to not get the shine.
yeah, Rasmus
and then
kind
gets
of
it. Clicks.
Fucking.
Mason is sad.
Hmm.
Mason has seen it. Has he seen it though? He's not seen it yet, at least. Or he's still completing it for reasons. Non-Delfino shines.
Yeah, but
Exit area. Sees it. Exit area.
yeah. You can maybe make the I can't talk. You can maybe
No pin
make
a 5?
he wants to secure an episode 8 shine because still he can just commit to 300s and nothing Mason can do too much except doing 300s himself.
I
Roll 4
suppose
a
it
thing.
is a fair win con. Not. I mean. Wait.
It's a rocket nozzle.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do fruit machine.
I mean, no, I understand that. It's just.
Oh, okay.
I was understanding it. I was just a bit perplexed because I'm like, yeah, okay, it's also rocket nozzle if you do recall. Wait, but
Also true. Also true.
but that secures 0 anyway, so that's kind of pointless.
Also true. I didn't consider that.
So that's why, because if you have pin a 5 open, might as well go for it, right?
Yeah, I think Panda 5 might be a bit safer. Maybe not. Not too sure. There's also a good chance that Erasmus can just go back to Pinner and still win it. And then like you can make okay. Erasmus has win cons. I think we kind of
Oh,
established
Erasmus
that.
almost fell off there. That would have been pretty bad.
But like I think we can determine Erasmus has a lot of win cons. I don't think it's that hard
Yes.
to take. You can like I want to think of like what if Mason and Rasmus click the goals respectively, and these two goals would have been switched. Then like row 3 is like row 2 would probably be Mason's, and row 3 is not that secured because Mason has 60 tolls and Rasmus would still need to commit to like the Phoenix shines into Noki.
I think Noki. Erasmus has been ahead in Shank count all the games, so that's fine.
Yeah.
That'll still be fine. Honestly.
Rasmus probably would still win, but it's definitely
It's
not
a harder
as
game.
clear. Yeah, it's
a
definitely
harder game.
harder game. So the goal swap, I guess, of boss rematch and 3 red coins just gave Rasmus a pretty like easy match, but now Mason is ever so slightly ahead of Rasmus.
Now we have a race. Now we have a race. Now and it's could be pretty. Mason is fighting for his life. Tooth and trying to keep himself in the game. Rasmus goes for the faster movement there, so he's able to snatch the at least not snatch the lead. They're pretty much even at the moment, so it's gonna come down to execution here. Yeah. So far, pretty clean for both of the players. Mason Mason falls. This is pretty huge. Rasmus has had some pretty clean gameplay throughout. In general, it's been really consistent, and I think it's gonna make the difference because Mason also gets some traffic right there. So, yep.
Yeah, it's. I'm not personally a big fan of the like jump dive onto the grade. I like to do just like a spin jump into Y turn, and then like you're in position to like wall kick almost immediately. That's like very convenient.
Okay. Rasmus takes the fall. Still not enough, probably, but it could change things.
It might be enough already.
It might be enough, actually.
But Mason didn't catch a cycle.
Okay, they are basically even. It's gonna come down to delay.
Yeah, and Mason clicks it off.
Mason clicks it first, and Rasmus is pretty sad now. And
yeah,
okay,
a longer game. Let's fucking go. Rasmus is ahead to the Phoenix friends, I think. Yes.
Okay,
4?
so
no 5 actually. And Mason only has. I think Mason only has 1 the Phoenix shrine, right?
Okay, Mason is going back to Pinna. Rasmus, what is Rasmus gonna do? Because obviously he has 2 options now. 3 options. Go 300 coin shines, right? Go to Noki and try to get 12 loose.
Yeah, both bells like Rico Turbo, Dafina Turbo Nozzle, and like lives. Something that could work.
I think that also works. So probably, I mean, This is Mason fighting to remain in the game, and it might be the final punch of a defeated boxer that just is trying to get one in before the votes are tallied, and that's gonna end. But we'll see.
Mm.
Rasmus is going for both bells here pretty clearly.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing for Mason is like that pin 100s sure gives him progress for 300s, and he kind of needs to get 300s as well. And I mean, Rasmus could just go for 12 and Noki, and then it's kind of unclear. I think
it's just that there's way too much stuff that Rasmus could do to finish the game. It's just so many options. It's not gonna work out just purely because of how big the odds are that Rasmus is gonna pick something Mason doesn't, right?
But there's also, interestingly enough, like Delfino 100s with Delfino Shines. It's a really play, but like you, as Mason, you kind of have to rely on these kind of plays.
Yeah, exactly. And weirdly enough, you could do Delfino 100s with both bells.
But
I mean, it's a bit unorthodox, but it could work, right?
Yeah, but Rasmus is currently doing it, which is very unfortunate for Mason. That means that like Rasmus is at 7 Delfino Shines, so if he recognizes 12 from Noki as a win con and goes for this immediately, then...
Yeah, especially because Mason is still 2 shines away from it, so no.
Yeah, also true. But it's still like 2 Delfinos you can trade in, the Underbell, the Chuckster, and you have 12. You kind of like need a bit more than a minute to get to Noki. So Rasmus doesn't have like all the time in the world for this. But at the same time, he also only needs 2 more shines for 9 Delfino.
Pretty clean from Rasmus here. What is Mason up to?
Oh, just the Delfino 100s.
Delfino Hondo, okay.
Yeah. We'll have to
I'm
see
afraid
if it's Delfino 100s with shines or just Delfino 100s. But
it's still a bit too little too late, I'm afraid.
Yeah, unfortunately for Mason.
Unfortunately. So Rasmus is now being as people would say in Russia, being a gopnik and destroying things. Even though it was asked to do that, it still doesn't mean that you're not destroying things.
I don't think he was asked. Would you say, like, if you're being challenged, like, oh, can you break these boxes in 30 seconds? Like, did you get asked to break them?
You're kind of getting invited to break them,
yeah,
I guess.
True.
So it still counts.
Okay.
It's like, how do you put it? If you were the chuckster that handles the entire game, would you be able to sue Mario for destroying the boxes? No. I mean, maybe in Isle Delfino's corrupt political system and jurisdictional system, yes, probably. But when it comes to actually functioning,
doesn't
states,
already have 9 Delfino shines? Wait, Pachinko, Beach Shine.
Both
like
bells.
He did the Trinity, he did the bells, he did 2 red coins, 1 box game, 2 box games. Does he only have 9? Wait. Trinity, bells.
What's the Trinity, dude?
Beach Shine, Chuckster, and Underbell.
That's like the 3 fast ones. Like,
yeah.
Why not? Why don't you include Beach Pipe in that?
Beach Pipe Beach Pipe is, I think, a 40-second Delfino Shine, and the Trinity is
under 30.
Yeah, it's under 40. Beach Shine is 35, so it's kind of the odd one in the Trinity.
Okay.
Yeah, but Rasmus can now pick between 12 Noki coins and 4 Noki shines, and 18 lives and 300s.
Okay, so if you're Rasmus, the ideal play is you do the 4 blues on the Noki 1 side and split play. It's like you have so many options, I feel.
Yeah, I think the doing Noki 1 and then Noki 2, like Noki Bird with blues is one of the safest play you can do. Maybe after Noki 1, and you can even go for beach money right away. And that's also.
Oh, and by the way, you can also do beach money. I'm not sure why you would want to do that, but you can do that.
Oh, but you just think like, oh, what's the least probable thing that Mason would do, and then you're like, Mason might be in Noki already.
I guess. But Rasmus just wants some blues and then just wants to do Nokia 1. Which, okay. To be fair, like the Rocket Blues are like in the middle of nowhere, so that's okay. Mason still gets Delfino hundreds, but I'm afraid that that's not gonna matter too much.
Yeah, he's gone for. Oh, he's trading in to get to 12 to Noki. Noki hundreds is not that slow for Shine, technically, but he's a full Shine behind. Plus, he wants the 12 Noki to stay alive.
Yep.
So that's kind of rough. Maybe Rasmus is even doing considering Noki hundreds with blues.
You know what being in Mason's position feels like? You feel like you are the manager of a department at your company and you're constantly understaffed. You need to do all this shit and there's no enough time to do everything. I've been in that situation and that's exactly the way it feels. It's like, bruh, I cannot do all of this stuff on my own. I need help. But no help is coming. And Rasmus.
Who's the staff then in this?
I mean, no, Mason is the manager and he has all the stuff to do, and you would like to have an assistant manager, but no help is coming.
Wait, playing 2v1? What the fuck? It's the 1v1 lockout league. The bingo league.
Yes. But I'm sure Mason would love to have somebody else to help him at the moment.
True. I can't argue against that.
I'm not saying it's a logical proposition. It is just a proposition in general. Do not try to apply logic to stuff that doesn't have logic, Larvi.
That just sounds like a sad reality.
You're trying to apply logic to a comment made by an Italian person, Larvi. I'm pretty sure. Just think about it for a second and then come back with an answer if that's exactly what you should be doing or not. Meanwhile, we do have a blue coin race.
You reside in the Netherlands sometimes.
I guess.
So like you can like maybe argue maybe you're a little bit Dutch.
By now you can argue I am quite a bit Dutch. Yes.
Yeah. So that's my answer.
Okay.
I'm not like arguing with an Italian anymore.
I am not arguing with Italians anymore. It just feels like you have bad blood. Something happened. The secret bad blood between me and Larvi. We'll start rumors of a few, even though there's none. Just to stir up shit. So, who is ahead to this race?
Mason just clicked it off.
Mason just clicked it. Okay, and Rasmus is just... Oh no, I have to play through 4 shines and Noki now. Oh my.
Yeah, like we get like a longer match, but like that match could have ended like already 10 minutes ago. Rasmus just didn't fall on the Ferris wheel. And
yeah, this is just like
props to Mason for like continuing to play on and continue to win. This is like a Mason specific thing. Although like in past seasons he sometimes just like forfeited, but I think that's because he was also like he didn't have like all the time in the world and like wasn't feeling too well. But like when Mason wants to win, he really wants to win like all the time.
Yeah, and I respect the hell out of that. There's something to be said for never giving up, even when the odds look bleak. And I will always respect someone for doing that, unless it's 100% obvious that you've lost. Close to 100%, is it like, okay, my opponent just needs to not make an extremely stupid mistake.
Yeah,
Right.
and even then there are like cases where like you just kind of have to rely on a gameplay mistake. But I know that some people would argue that like you should
Mason should have forfeited 10 minutes ago. Yes,
yeah,
some people would argue that.
you should just forfeit because like you have enough respect to your opponent to like not choke and
Yeah, I
everything.
mean, if it's a scrim, yeah, sure. But in a situation where your Division 1 spot literally hinges on this match, yeah, you play until the end. You fight until you fucking drop. And that's, yeah, 100%. You get my respect for that. You don't forfeit
Mm,
this.
yeah. There's still some cases where like it's fine to forfeit, but it's very rarely preferable. Like it doesn't help the schedule if Mason forfeited, and like Mason has also two Noki hundreds, which is even though it's not that slow for Shine, still slower than like any other four from Noki Shine that Rasmus could be doing.
Yeah, but it's not going to matter because Rasmus is about to click the final goal anyways and win this match. So congrats to Rasmus.
Yeah,
This changes absolutely nothing for him, but congratulations anyways.
I think this might help Rasmus with seeding. I think he's
If he ties Jeff,
yeah,
right, because
and
he could tie Jeff. And
as
that is the click, and that's the GG right
yeah,
there.
as far as I know, there are also like no certain tiebreaker rules yet for similar like swag points.
Thank you, Larvi, for calling them with the correct name. I'm sure they
Yeah.
appreciate.
But I think the biggest thing for this, the one who's most happy about this is I think Despin, because now he's guaranteed Division 1, I think.
All right. Hello, Rasmus.
Hello.
Welcome. Yeah, how do you feel, Rasmus?
I felt pretty good at first, but now I feel like I kind of deserve to lose that.
Oh, can I ask why? I'm
I guess like my position was like really really good, so he would have to like continue to make the correct calls. But it just felt like I was continuing to walking into his or like traps
Oh, it
and
was
like
it was
being
it was
indecisive about stuff.
I can understand it. It's like when you're like, "Am I gonna choke this? Am I really gonna?" And then it starts creeping in your head, and that's not a fun feeling. I can understand that.
He
But you made it.
delayed Pina 5, right?
No,
Oh god.
that was actually a race, and he fell down as well, and was like, oh,
Oh, okay.
this is just Rasmus's game. 41, like 41 minutes. We can go home. I'm already home.
Yeah.
But then you fell and then got technically a bit closer, but like you were so far ahead already just from like the route difference.
Yeah.
Mason started with Bianco, and didn't really get too much value out of this. He lost 3 red coins because he saw the Hayden Enrico click and delayed and over delayed 3 red coins.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, like it was you guys kind of like shuffled 3 red coins in Ball's rematch, but 3 red coins was probably in a more important role than a boss rematch, I would argue. So you kind of
Yes.
you kind of scammed Mason with that.
Yeah, for sure. I felt like he would kind of respect me too much to like hard rush Rico Hidden.
I think Mason's not gonna come for an interview, by the way. So
Yeah, it's a tough loss. Uh,
Yeah,
so
like losing 3 reds like that sucks. For
2-1
sure.
over delay. Yeah.
hmm, uh, but you mentioned like okay, Mason probably is like respects you too much as a better player, or else to not raise you to the hidden Enrico. And like, do you think that hidden Enrico like definite best option, best thing to rush on this card?
No. Well, I don't know. I kind of pulled a JJ here in
Mhm.
that, well, first of all, I kind of speed bullied, I guess, but also up until like the last 20 seconds of the cutscene, I thought this was lockout. Even though we confirmed in chat, like I confirmed myself in chat that this is row control, but I routed it like it was lockout.
It's not. It's RSW control, but
true. Sorry.
That said, I have to say that I disagree with the fact that this was a speed bully. This was just your opening was better than Mason's opening, or in fact, it countered Mason's opening pretty well. And Mason made a mistake, but you were not using your speed per se to win the game. It's just
Yeah, that's fair.
the route to win.
Yeah, I kind of need to see the card again.
I feel like if I lose 3 reds,
it is a much more even game, but it still favors you.
Yeah, I'm probably like I can probably sneak 6 reds because he doesn't expect it with Rico, I guess, maybe. And then I'll probably still win pin 100s and level shines unless he does it in 2, which could be a thing.
We were saying that the pin 100s in 2 was a good counter to in that situation, because Mason still tried to win 6 reds and was doing tall grass pipe as you collected the coin.
Sorry, what did you say?
That Mason was eyeing those 6 red coin shines and was in tall grass for 6 red as you were finishing that one.
I kind of felt that. Like, I don't want to lose this row.
Do you believe in the heart of the bingo card?
Like, I felt like going for 6 reds this early for me was a little bit weird, but I also felt I was also scared of losing that row for sure.
I mean,
so I'm glad I did. It also worked for Delfino Shine. So.
I mean, it could have also worked if you did pin 100s at that point. So,
yeah, I guess it's true.
But again, it is between going to tall grass pipe and doing that and getting 6 reds, or doing pin 100s, which is slightly slower, but you also get progress for 3 reds. For the 300 coin shines
and 2 lives.
And 2 lives. So there's an argument to be made for both calls, right? It's not like there is a superior call in that situation, in my opinion. So yeah, I still think it was a very well played game. I did mention that the Rico hidden in 4 start is something you do kind of often.
Yeah.
So it's something Mason could have expected if he did some research.
Wow.
I don't know. I've been commentating a lot of matches, and I know my patterns by now. I know it's something you like to do. Okay? So
yeah, you know what? There's something to that. I feel like it never happened last season. Maybe it did happen.
No, it did happen last season.
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind.
Don't worry, it did happen last season.
I was gonna say that I felt that it had happened, that it had gotten more common this season, but I guess not.
Yeah, Jeff, I understand. The timing of the Rico hidden click probably gave it away, but also it could have been a Bianco start. That's when knowing the player and their preferences helps a lot, right? Because you can help you skew a call that maybe is a maybe into, okay, it's probably this, right? Because if that's read correctly, Mason probably does not over delay for reds. Mason probably gets good in red solverless, and then it's suddenly a very different game. So, you read it as Rico 4 reds.
Oh, Mason
okay.
Did you read it as hoverless?
I think
I assume so. Yeah.
I think hoverless is probably kind of expected. It doesn't add too much time unless
you miss the first cycle.
Yeah, unless you miss the cycle, then it adds like 30 seconds instead of like 5. So that's awkward.
Yeah.
But the hidden reds, I think for both didn't go too well. I think the Rico 4 reds was probably the one that went the smoothest.
Which is weird.
Yeah,
but hey, we take those.
That says a lot.
Yeah, but on the other hand, like your Pillar 4, Pillar 2 reds was for you the worst one as well.
Yeah, side flips suck.
I think you both took 2 deaths in doing Rico free, like in a red solverless. Mason died once to a weird occurrence, honestly. I didn't see what happened.
Mason, Remodel like posted a clip of this. I saw it back, and like I have no explanation. Like I've never seen that before, and like I've seen a lot, and when I have never seen something, it's truly insane. I would like a Nokia explanation from that.
And then Mason died during Pinna 2 Red Solvilus as you were finishing 2 Red Solvilus after taking 2 deaths. So yeah, but in general, I don't know. I'm trying to think what could have been that thing in Bianco 3 Reds. It's like, what the hell happened?
What happened?
So it looked like a limp rocket, okay, but for no reason.
Yeah, it just like he didn't get any momentum there.
Maybe it was storing the rocket, and somehow the rocket got loaded and landed on the platform and started sliding off. Sliding off as in like walking off. So maybe that's something.
No,
But
he jumped. Like I think he jumped like off the star, which is that's a thing.
So you let go of R, like the frame the rocket started.
Yo, what? That's insane.
Okay, that's some next level bullshit. Honestly, like what the hell, dude? I've at this point, if that's what happened, I feel sorry for Mason because it's like that's 40 seconds, not 40. I mean, yeah, that's 40 seconds gone for no reason. 30 seconds gone for no reason. Still pretty bad.
And like maybe if Mason won 3 reds, he would have done like 200 Solvilus with maybe Gelado, or would have like delayed 3 rockets a bit less.
We can agree that at that point the game is a very different game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's insane. What?
All right. So that said, I think we can wrap this up unless there's any more things to add. Rasmus, you're going in a tiebreaker against Juve, or
I think the tiebreaker's match is played. So
yeah, okay, going in a tiebreaker is in like I don't know how the tiebreaker is decided, but you are tied with Jeff.
Oh,
we're seed number 4.
Points?
Yes, you're tied in what kind of points, Rasmus? This is very important.
League points. What
swag
are they called?
Points, swag
points.
They're called swag
That's
points.
the one.
Okay. Spread the word, people. No, there should be more matches today, right? I'm not going to be on the commentary for any more matches today, but we still have Mason versus Linky. So Mason has to regroup, prepare, go in. Understandable the lack of interview at the point because it's just trying to focus on something else. Then we have Vipa versus Dingerman Invasion at 5 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. EST. You have Dex and Libre. So there's going to be way more, like 3 more matches after this. So stay tuned stay tuned for that. And I think we can wrap this up.